Hi everyone! Working together with other species is a popular idea among ants. They have strange and surprising relationships with many other creatures. From farming fungi to stealing babies, ants don't just shape their own story. Today we'll look at their friends, their victims, and everything in between. Let's start with some basics about how species get along or don't. These relationships are classified into three main types, though nature often refuses to be put into neat categories, as we all know. Mutualism is when both partners benefit. Think of it as a friendship where both sides gain something. Commensalism is a relationship where one benefits and the other isn't affected at all. Parasitism is when one species benefits at the expense of the other. Sometimes the host even dies. But in nature, things aren't always so clear-cut again. These categories often overlap or blend into each other. Let's get an overview of some of the classical relationships that ants can have with other living beings. I bet you know some of them. Ants can form fascinating partnerships. With aphids or mealybugs, they trade protection for honeydew, a sugary reward, but if an aphid slacks off, it might get eaten. Some acacia trees provide ants with nectar and hollow thorns to live in. In return, ants aggressively defend the tree, even from elephants. Leafcutter ants cultivate a fungus for food, which is vulnerable to parasites. To defend it, they carry antibiotic-producing bacteria on their bodies, forming a three-way symbiosis. Meanwhile, certain Camponotus ants host Blockmania bacteria inside them. These microbes help synthesize essential nutrients, especially when food is scarce. This ancient alliance has lasted millions of years. All of these interactions are mutually beneficial, a sort of win-win for everyone involved. They are classic examples of mutualistic symbiosis. I guess this aphid would say that the harmony is more beneficial to the ants. For instance, Lycaenid caterpillars will try to attract ants with a sweet liquid that they secrete. Some of them will turn this into a trade and receive the colony's protection as a reward. Other caterpillars use the same juice to, depending how you choose to look at it, deceive or bribe ants and enter their nests to feed on their larvae, blurring the lines between mutualism and parasitism. Even worse, several insects mimic ants in appearance and behavior to live inside colonies unnoticed. They may steal food, prey on larvae, or simply exploit the ants' protection. Some, like the European Amphotis marginata, even request food directly through Trophallaxis, showcasing a wide range of deceptive communications. And also, ants parasitize other ant species, introducing the practice of Dulosis, better known as slave-making. Some ants specialize in raiding nearby colonies to steal pupae. Once hatched, these newcomers grow up serving their captors, handling chores like foraging and babysitting. In fact, species like Polyergus are so hooked on this lifestyle, they've lost the ability to care for themselves entirely, meaning that they can't survive anymore without slaves. And we saved the worst two examples of parasitism for last. First, temporary social parasitism. In this strategy, parasitic queens infiltrate a related species' nest, kill the resident queen, and use the existing workers to raise their own brood. Over time, the original workers die out, leaving a colony dominated by the parasite's offspring. And finally, superparasitism. Some ants, such as Lasius fuliginosus, take parasitism a step further by targeting colonies already parasitized by other ants. This layered parasitic system forms a complex ant-slavement hierarchy of exploitation. For some ants, the danger doesn't come from rival colonies, it comes from threats much sneakier. Cordyceps fungi are remarkable parasites that infect ants and eventually even alter their behavior. Once inside the host, the fungus gradually takes control, guiding the ant away from the colony to a location where conditions favor fungal growth. There, the ant becomes a platform for reproduction, as the fungus releases spores to continue its life cycle. Here's a last thought we'd like to share with you. While mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism provide useful frameworks, many interspecies interactions are dynamic and context-dependent, defying strict classification. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to do us a favor, hit all these buttons and share the video if you liked it. Your support keeps this ant train rolling. See you next time.